How's it going, everybody? I thought we would do another rundown on the run, seeing as I am in Los Angeles for the Borderlands 3 event. I'm going to be checking out the game a little bit later today, and I can't wait. 2K and Gearbox have already hooked me up with a Borderlands 3 bag and a Borderlands 3 jacket, which my phone is actually precariously sitting on there right now, using the AirPods again as my microphone. Hopefully they sound okay. I want to dedicate this rundown on the run to Anki, who I don't know if you guys have heard, but they're going out of business, and very quickly they didn't get another round of funding. And as we've seen time and again in the tech industry, it is all about keeping a constant flow of revenue coming through and a constant flow of financing, and as they, these companies edge closer and closer to maybe going public or having so much business coming in that they can stay afloat. And it's such a precarious industry, the technology industry, when you're trying to innovate and deliver something that doesn't exist, that didn't exist before, and suddenly you're on the market, and in Anki's case, delivering family-friendly robots like the Cosmo, or the Anki Overdrive, which kind of revolutionized the idea of slot car racing for modern generations. Really cool stuff, integrating with smartphones, integrating with households in some interesting ways. I had one of the co-founders of Anki on EP Live last year and loved that conversation. And I've got people, friends that I know that have worked in the games industry that are working in or about to leave Anki. Actually, one of them wrote a really nice eulogy about how special the company was, and I could feel that. It just felt like they were trying to trailblaze and build something, permanent and family-friendly, and move us away from being terrified of our potential Terminator future of robots becoming sentient and coming after us. Maybe the Anki robots were designed to come after us and give us a hug, which would have been nice. I loved the Cosmo robot. I thought it was awesome, and so did my daughter, and my wife. We all got a nice big smile out of that particular product. It's hard to call it a product. It had so much personality. So it is very heartbreaking. It's not something especially new that we see in tech. And it's so precarious. Even we see huge companies like Samsung struggling with the Galaxy Fold, and now they've got to kind of go back and figure out how to make these things not fall apart. And you feel for them. And you also, at least I've been thinking about how Apple is often accused of being a very safe company and always playing it safe with the products that they put out there. And they use other people's ideas and try to make them a little bit more for the mainstream, but it works for those guys, by playing it safe and trying to come up with stuff that's going to be ready for the mass audience out there has been a successful strategy for Apple. Of course, not everybody can do that. Not everybody's got trillions in the bank like Apple does. But it is very interesting. So my heart definitely goes out to everybody at Anki. I know you're all going to land on your feet because there's incredible talent at that company, and you're working on some very cool things. I'm also concerned about the folks at Sphero. Nothing bad has come out, but they recently had to give up a lot of their licenses, all the Star Wars stuff, and they had the Pixar things, and they had the Spider-Man. That's actually on my desk on EP Live. They've been making some really cool innovations in robots too, and I hope everybody is okay at Sphero. I think it's important for companies to keep sort of iterating and coming up with new ways to kind of be interactive with their toys. I mean, these are toy companies, but they're trying to do a lot more, and Anki definitely was. So my fondest regards and my best wishes to all at Anki. And my best wishes also to everybody that is a fan of Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know if you guys saw that trailer today, but holy crap, does it look scary, huh? I mean, Sonic, at least he's not quite as muscular as some of the images have sort of set out to kind of look. They did, make him a little bit more cute and fuzzy looking, but it's a over-the-top, just ready for video kind of experience. When I watch that trailer, it's like, oh my god, this is going to theaters. It just looks so cheesy, and it looks so cheap. It looks like they didn't spend a lot of money trying to integrate the CG character into the real world. It just looks Like, you can almost see people looking in the wrong direction. And I just feel bad for Jim Carrey, who's clearly overacting, and maybe kids that have never seen that shtick will like it, because he is super talented and he has the ability to be super charming and funny. But it does feel tired. It does feel like, oh, okay, he's doing a lot of the the funny faces that we've seen him do in tons of other roles. And I don't mean to disparage Jim Carrey. I think he's awesome, but he needs to be, directed, and he's got to have good production around him and a good script. And I don't know, man. I also feel bad for what's his name? The James. I forget the other guy's name. He was in Westwood, and he plays Cyclops. He is a terrific actor. And James Marsden, he's a terrific actor, and he looks like he's kind of just like lost in space, trying to make do out of this cop that he's going to be playing, chasing after Sonic the Hedgehog, who's got the superhero abilities of the Flash, apparently, which is an interesting idea, And they're clearly playing with Dr. Robotnik having a huge arsenal and shooting all kinds of stuff at him. And I love the fact that the Paramount logo comes up with the Sonic rings and everything. There's some charm in this for sure, but it just looks so, low rent compared to something like Detective Pikachu, which is just oozing with charm. Even if some of the Pokemon creations are a bit creepy, the movie looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And the early word of mouth is that it will be a lot of fun, and Sonic the Hedgehog looks like it's going to be incredibly scary. I definitely want to hear what you guys think about this trailer. You think it's a good idea that they're even making this movie? I do think that Sonic the Hedgehog is beloved by so many, and they've had great success with animated work and comic stuff, so it feels like if a movie is going to come, it should be an irrefutable, piece of joy that should be handed to us. So we should all be like, oh my God, yeah, I love Sonic. I loved him ever since I first played the Sega Genesis game. This is going to be so much fun. And it feels like we're going to get screwed by this movie. And I know that we're all in, right? Like, you're going, I'm going, we're all going to go. My fingers are crossed that we're going to have a good time. It's also very weird to see that trailer and to see that it's all, he's zipping around Vancouver. And the Vancouver area has so much scenery that I know so many of the actors in the background that I've seen so many times in Vancouver productions. Not saying that's a bad thing, that's usually a great thing, but it takes another layer of believability off of this thing. My fingers are crossed. I don't know if it's going to be any good. But we'll see. We'll find out more. Maybe the second trailer will be better. We've seen movie studios able to kind of pull away from that nosedive and that big sort of crash and explosion. We'll find out soon. I'm also going to find out very soon about Borderlands 3, and I'll have more info for you guys soon. I'll try to have another vid for you tomorrow, but if not, we'll see you soon with more new content. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Make sure that you play forever.